You're going to spend 300 hours watching golf tips this year and getting nowhere trying thousands of different things. But what you're about to see today is perhaps the most powerful drill of all time. And if you were to do this drill, which is going to take you far less than 1 hour, and just do this one drill the rest of the year, your ability is going to skyrocket. I'm here with Rob Cheney.
Hey,
Rob, great to see you.
Great to see you, man. Thanks for having me.
And what we're going to do is cover the basics of contact. You're going to get some extra distance, and you're going to control your ball flight. And it's going to be a lot more fun. Golf will be a lot less frustrating. So we're going to start off with controlling contact.
So
the number one fundamental in the golf swing is being able to have this club strike the ground in the same spot every single time. And whether it's a full swing or a half swing, a chip shot, you saw right there.
Yeah.
3 swings, 3 strikes after the ball.
It wasn't by accident.
Was not an accident. When we look at controlling low point in the swing, annihilate all of the 70,000 takeaway thoughts, backswing thoughts right now, and just focus on one thing: weight forward.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get our weight forward. And Rob, just go ahead and get set up to this ball like you're going to hit it.
Sure.
Notice when Rob sets up to this ball that he has got his hips pushed a little bit farther forward, and you can see that his relationship from the center of his shoulders to the hips, this forms a slight spine tilt away from the target. This small adjustment is what enables you to do about 90% of the golf swing, if not more. But that little piece is helping Rob to get this club to strike the ground in the same spot every time. Now, Rob, I'm going to throw you right into the fire right now because it's like good cop, bad cop. Go ahead and hit that ball with your weight forward. Just placing his weight forward, making a swing. Holy mackerel, that sounded good.
That was nice.
One thing I noticed about you, Rob, is you just say that was nice after every shot. It's got to get boring hitting the ball that crispy all the time.
I mean, you said something to me earlier. You don't play golf to putt. I'm gonna have that on my tombstone. Right? That's my favorite saying. I play golf to hit the ball like that. And I think so many people watching want to experience that elusive feeling of crushing the ball like that. They've done it maybe once or twice. Some people a little bit more, but that is a fleeting feeling for so many golfers.
Oh.
And it shouldn't be.
No.
It shouldn't be. Like you and I are not special in any sense that we've just been blessed with the ability to do that.
No.
This is physics, geometry. Put your weight forward as a start point, and we can have the low point after the ball.
The beauty of this, and let's just swap out for a second.
Yep.
We'll play a little musical chairs with golf shots here.
Okay.
I'm going to swing with my weight forward as well. Get set. And there's another ball divot strike.
Yeah.
Now, if we were to swap out musical chairs and do this again, everybody stop.
Yeah, just keeping the weight on the front. Yeah, you should always be looking to see that contact point on the ground is after the ball.
All right. Nice.
That
ball
was
first.
ball first, slightly thin. Little tiny bit low on the face.
Still had a nice crack though.
It was still good, still functional.
And a lot of golfers would be happy with that shot even if it doesn't have to be perfect.
It's still going to find the green 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, and you can play great golf like that. So the reason Rob's able to control his low point well, and the reason why I can predict where that club's coming to the ground, comes back to weight forward, and then this piece right here, setting your arms straight. So the first 2 things you should focus on in your swing are setting the weight, nudging it a little bit more forward. Now, going back to 50-50, Rob, with your setup, or wherever that would be, look at this little nudge. I've got this stick right here. When he sets the weight forward, boom, he's right into that stick. So when you're at home, go up against a wall. So if Rob was the wall, I'm gonna nudge into Rob.
Yeah.
I'm nudging into the wall.
Yeah.
And if you can get your hip into the wall, you've automatically got weight forward. And that's gonna feel maybe 100% on your left side. I don't know, your front side.
That's an interesting discussion point because the position is very specific, but the feel is very subjective.
Right.
So, people know they're supposed to have their weight forward, but oftentimes they'll say, I've got all my weight on the front, and they'll still look like this.
Yeah.
And when you put them where they need to be, it feels extreme. So that's where the camera helps, just to film themselves, or if they're taking a lesson, they should corroborate the feel and the reel.
Yes, match that feel in the reel. If you gave your body a lie detector test, it would lie 100% of the time. I'm not kidding about the times that I thought that my weight was forward. And even now, I still practice weight forward, getting it right, because that feel seems to change over time.
Hitting off the grass for me today as well, as we've hit a few shots. I'm really focusing on the weight forward.
Yeah.
And it's really helping. You know, the divot being after the ball is key. And to get that contact crispy off the grass, you really have to have the weight more forward than you probably think. A mat's going to give you some misinformation at times. You'll hit behind the ball on the mat. If you do that on the driving range, it's not quite as penal, right? When you're out here on the grass and you hit, I'll hit 1 inch.
Oh yeah, I'm going to get out of here.
1 inch behind the ball. I mean, look at that thing. It's gone like 40 yards. Big divot behind the ball. And all I did there was put my weight back. Again, not an accident, right? This is happening by design. So
Yeah.
when you're seeing that outcome every time, you've got to do something to change it up. It's not going to just miraculously change. If you put the correct pieces in place, you can be certain that that club's going to start hitting the ground further forwards, ball first, divot second.
And it's like Rob chose to hit that bad shot. Now that's the funny piece about it, is like you have a choice in life.
Yeah.
You can go 2 roads diverge in the wood. Or like we're taking the fork in the road though right now. We're just saying, forget that. We're going straight to the stuff that's truth. The stuff that will happen. So looking at the first part of this drill, you set up and doing exactly what Rob's doing here. We're gonna start off with a little half swing. So Rob, just demonstrate like a little half. Boom, boom. So just getting the feel of starting with the weight forward, finishing with the weight forward. And then the second thing is making sure this lead arm stays straight throughout the backswing and into the finish. Now you'll see that both arms are straight. If you were to just work on this at home, you don't need to hit balls doing this. You could sit at home right now with this left arm, lead arm straight, the weight forward, and make swings, keeping that unit intact.
Yeah.
And you would see a better benefit than going to the range hitting thousands of balls. Just beating balls. It's mindless.
Yeah.
You see, Rob's gonna do this again. He'll hit it crispy again because he set the weight forward. And you got the arms straight. And getting the sense of keeping this unit intact all the way through. Notice how after impact, there's no flipping. He's got this, I almost had PTSD looking at that for a second. Yeah. He's got this angle kept throughout the swing. You see, if I take this unit, he goes back. He's got that same unit intact. He swings through. He's got that same unit there, and he swings through, and it's still intact. So he's not changing anything, eliminating a ton of variables.
How square is that face? That club face is so stable. If I wanted to predict where this ball was going to go, would I choose to keep the face stable, or would I choose to windscreen wipe this thing?
Yeah, if you're looking for variables, we would windscreen wipe it.
Yeah.
If you're looking for inconsistency, however, that's not why we're here. Because this is the thing that you're going to take with you the rest of your life. So Rob's just keeping the face quiet, keeping the weight forward, and then advancing this up into a fuller swing. Now we're going to start adding some real power and introducing longer clubs, because you're going to want to bomb those and hit them crisp too. So Rob, just do like a fuller swing with this. And when Rob goes into a fuller swing, pay attention to this unit again. So he's established this arm straight, the weight forward, and when he goes back, his left shoulder gets under his chin. So your next mission is to push that shoulder past your chin, or at least under your chin, if not past it. The farther you can go with that shoulder, the farther you can hit the ball. The faster you will swing. And this applies to driver, long irons, wedges, anything in the bag.
This exercise is beneficial for every single golfer watching. There's not one person watching that would not benefit from improving their swing with these pieces. Weight forward, arm straight.
Right. And
then that shoulder down to lengthen the backswing. Just punching the balls out there, getting that crispy compression.
Yeah, look at this. It sounds wonderful. And do this slowly, by the way. Don't rush through this. This is something you're going to take with you the rest of your life. We all start at contact. If we don't have contact, we don't have power. We don't have anything. So we're starting at contact, and we're gradually introducing more swing speed. Good strike again. We could sit here and go again, again, and again. Not to brag. It's not a bragging thing. It's just the certainty of this system.
It is. And I think to your point there about not going too fast to begin with, I will see students no ability to really stop this club in any sort of control. The follow through piece here, stopping quickly and being able to swing at a speed where you can stop and control this in the beginning is most important. And then you can go faster without going further.
Right.
without going longer. So you still try and keep the control and the arm structure, which so many people lack.
Yeah, if you struggle with flipping at impact, or if you struggle with your arms breaking down and you don't have much distance, you don't have any control over your contact, a great thing to do, even at home, is just keep that structure that he's established here throughout the fall through. And doing this at home, you could even start, you don't even have to do a backswing. You can just go here to here just to get the feeling and keep that intact.
Yeah.
If you want to do it at home, you just go back farther and through. That whole unit stays there.
Yeah.
And your contact point will stay the same, just like Rob's demonstrating. Beauty. So we're going to start launching the ball a lot farther here in just a moment. I want to talk to you about power in the swing. Well, first, let's start with the weight forward, actually, because this is so big. You can't do anything when you shift your weight back. This is the backswing killer. It causes you to have, well, there's that. We don't want any of that. It causes you to stop turning.
Yeah.
So when I think about weight forward, this is the essential item, opening up the golf swing. So I anchor this weight here, and it's like Rob is opening a door. You just see, turn a little bit, so that's down the line there.
Yeah,
face me, so it's
face you.
Yeah, this way. So you watch his knees. When he keeps his weight forward, you're going to see these knees change, flex. His right knee moves up, his left knee moves down. His hips have turned a ton. Now, Rob doesn't have to go to the gym to get this flexibility. This is naturally built in your body right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's free.
Using the body as it's designed.
Yeah,
Freeing
your body.
Free up those joints, allow the knees to change flex is a really important piece, Tom, to give people that range of motion.
So when you think about adding power to the swing, I like to do weight forward and just keeping the weight anchored forward. I can turn my shoulders farther. So you get that weight staying forward with the shoulder moving down, gives you a ton more range of motion to rip the ball. Ooh, Rob, that was like those fajitas. That had the sizzle like coming out on a tray.
That was good. I like that little tip you gave me there, that little key and that cue, just to get those hips a little more turned. And again, so many people watching would benefit from that, allowing their hips to turn fully.
Yeah, Rob is now allowing his body to work because the weight is staying forward. Look at how much more he can turn just doing that. Ooh.
I mean, it's really got the first fundamental on lockdown there. The contact is just guaranteed. Can we say that?
Yeah, I know that word seems really hard to say in golf, but it's true. When you're working with physics and geometry, unchanging laws, these things are going to happen.
Yeah.
And as you saw, Rob could choose to hit a bad shot if he didn't do those things.
Yeah.
That's really how serious this is when it comes to being good at golf. We're doing these things because they're essential. We're not doing these things to be cool.
No, it's by design. It's not luck. And anyone can improve their golf swing and their contact if they take these pieces on board.
Yeah, yeah. So I want to take this to the driver because a lot of people say, well, you can't do this with a driver. Weight forward's really intimidating with the driver. And it seems to contradict everything you hear because with a driver, you seem to want to shift, right? You feel like shifting introduces power.
Okay.
That's that feeling that a lot of golfers have been taught. I know I was in that camp. You were probably in the same camp.
100%.
So, Rob, I think it'd be good if we did a little, kind of like a side-by-side iron driver swing comparison, just to show range of motion. Like, go ahead and stand on my left. Let's see. I don't know if this has been attempted in YouTube golf land before.
Am I going to be all right here?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, so Rob's going to go to the top. He's going to keep weight forward. He's going to go to the top of his backswing. And you can see he's got his hands up by his right ear somewhere. You know, they're farther away from his right ear. It's like a 3/4-ish swing, but his hands are here. Just keep that note.
Okay.
When I take the driver, I'm not going to whack you, I promise.
Thank you.
When I do the driver, you're going to see my hands are in the same spot as Rob's. The swing hasn't changed, but it looks longer. So sometimes, you can go back to normal. Sometimes what you see is people saying, oh, there's an iron swing and a driver swing. It's like, why would I bring out two different swings when golf's already hard enough as it is?
Yeah.
Like, we only need one swing. It's a relief. But you watch with the driver, as I'm swinging this back, being that's a longer club, it has this longer look. I actually have more of a backswing with the driver. I've got more extension with my spine to get the club in that position.
Yeah.
So it feels a little bit bigger, but really it's not like a longer swing. My hands are in the same spot as yours.
It's all the same pieces that an iron swing has, with the fact that a lot of it has to happen faster. And I think that's where people get it wrong. You have to have more hip sway in the downswing with the driver. It has to happen sooner. And because most golfers are deficient in the hip sway piece anyway with an iron, come to the driver and it just gets magnified. They don't have the weight far enough forward. That's actually almost the irony of this discussion when it comes to driver. You can't hit driver with your weight forward. Weight's more forward with the driver at impact. More forward with the hips. Creates more side bend. Just take one down to impact for me. So take it up, no hip, no weight shift, swing down. When Tom hits this ball, he's had to move his hips more forward to create more side bend for the driver than you need with a 7-iron. And so the deficiency you have in the weight forward is actually killing your driver. It's the piece that's really hurting you the most. So can't hit driver with the weight forward, I would disagree. Usually it's people's misinterpretation of what needs to be forward, and it's really the hips, right? It's the hips.
Yeah, and so my angle of attack with the driver, even though I've got weight forward, it's around neutral.
Yeah.
I probably hit my driver like 1 degree down usually to 0.
Yeah. So the weight forward, just to really reiterate that piece, because that's really the crux of this. The weight is forward. By the time Tom gets to impact, his pelvis has moved forward, so he has this spine tilt. That's leveling out the angle of attack and stopping him from hitting down too much. Where a lot of golfers get this wrong with weight forward, if you take another one, they tend to they think the head stays forward as well. So now they're coming down with the head forward. You see there's no tilt, or at least there's no rightward tilt. Now they're going to slam this club into the ground and slice. So the weight forward is the hips forward. If you understand that piece from this video, I think that's a lesson that, again, every single golfer could benefit from.
And if you watch any great golfer, go to a tournament or check out a rear view where you're this type of view.
Yeah.
And you're going to see that at no point do the hips move back. You might see a little bit in the beginning. Some guys like to do that. But by the time they reach the top of the backswing, it's this.
This posterior view is very valuable. If you just take a setup there, Tom, hold on to the club. If I hold the butt end of the club at the midpoint of your pelvis, notice how the right hip is going to move to that line in the backswing. So go ahead and make a backswing. You're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. You see how his right hip has moved back to the midline? That is the opposite of shifting his weight off the ball. And again, that pelvis movement is demonstrated by the greatest ball strikers and the best drivers of the golf ball as well. So this idea that you shift off the ball to hit driver because you get more power, false. Because it helps you to hit up on the ball, not necessarily. I see a lot of people with their weight on their back foot hitting down on the driver. And there's no reason that you wouldn't want to do it this way. So again, just dispelling the myth that's out there and proving that this can be done by putting the weight forward, hitting high, powerful draws down the fairway. I mean, that's what we do, right?
That's what we do because we want to have fun.
It's by design.
It's by design. And I'm just going to demonstrate a driver here. The difference in swing, 0. There's no difference in swing. The only difference is that I've got more weight forward. And with that more weight forward, I actually have more ability to turn the top. I've got more extension in my spine, which gives me more turn. And then I just feel like I can rip this thing as hard as I want all the way through.
Yeah.
So let's just send one.
Okay. Let's see those hips forward.
Let's see those hips. Shakira said something like that, didn't she? Hips don't lie.
That's very true.
So I have to be extra careful about my weight with the driver because right now I feel like my weight's 60-40. And that's just because habits.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, feel is huge. So I've got to get here. And I've got to keep it there. Let's sling one.
Nice job.
That's a beaut. I don't feel my hips move back at all during that swing.
No, and then they move so far forward, you were able to shallow the angle of attack. You're not going to hit the ground with the driver, obviously. It's the one club we don't want to hit the ground with. And so that requires even more of that hip tilt or hip sway, as we've described. You did a nice job. And for the viewers at home, that's really the bit to take from this piece of the lesson. It's the hips move forward more with the driver. And that helps to shallow the angle of attack and help them hit the driver as well as they probably ever would. Did that ball draw or slice?
It was just beautiful baby draw.
Yeah.
It was so tight.
Again, there's a lot of people think they need to be on their back foot to hit a draw, get behind the ball and release the club, and that's just not how it works.
Yeah, so just giving you an idea of where you're coming from versus where you're going to be right now and how your body works. So the average golfer comes to us and they've got their weight back. So their swing revolves a lot over their right leg. We're changing now. Rob's going to do the opposite. We're changing to this, weight over the front side. So expect that to be quite a feel difference. But it's huge in how your body works between those two movements.
Yeah, yeah.
He's an entirely different golfer. Golfer A, who's 30 handicap, let's say, and then golfer B would be pro.
Just that on its own is completely game changing.
Yeah.
And I just don't think people appreciate how far forward the weight should be. They're scared of weight forward. It's been labeled as a reverse pivot. It's been called all these things. You can't have your weight too far forward. I teach 0 people that have their weight too far forward, and I teach a lot of people. So I think that's hopefully a message that can help the masses out there. Don't be scared of getting the weight on the front, and make sure you're hitting the ground further forward with the iron swing. And with the driver, you're also putting in that hip sway to be able to shallow the angle of attack.
Yeah, and just one fun little experiment right now. If you think about your swing moving in the direction of the target versus away from the target, we're playing golf always going that way. Pros play golf, we're always moving that way.
Yeah.
Amateurs play golf trying to go, well, they go this way, then try to get back this way. Usually they don't get forward enough.
Absolutely.
So I thought it'd be interesting if I just placed this against your left hip throughout the swing and saw you bust through it, like a little experiment of how much weight really is moving forward throughout your swing.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm holding this grip end against Rob's hip. We'll start here in the beginning. You're gonna see him push through that as if it was pushing through a door. So he kept moving my hand more forward. Nice strike. Now on this next one, I'm gonna hold the stick a little bit farther away from his hip just to show you that he's moving those hips forward. So I've got my hips, I got the grip end a little bit more forward here. Yeah, so he touched it, you see that? Beautiful strike again.
Thank you.
If Rob was doing typical amateur moves, you would never see him get through there. He would be stuck back here. So you've got to get forward to progress in golf.
No doubt.
So what we've covered today is an excellent drill. We start off on the base level of weight forward, arm straight, keeping this unit intact.
Yeah.
You're getting an idea of, okay, that's where contact is. You can do that at home. It's 3 a.m. right now, just keep doing it. It's 3 a.m. you got your computer, just keep doing it.
It's almost like a little chip shot, right? You'd start out chipping, you'd have your weight forward.
Yeah.
Where's the club hitting the ground? And then as you build out, keep that.
Now Rob's introducing the left shoulder under the chin and then passing the chin. If we were going to sum up everything that you learned in this one drill today, I would say weight forward, arm straight. Those are 2 easy things to remember that you can do throughout the entire swing. And then just think shoulder passing the chin on both ends, like left shoulder under the chin or passing chin, and then right shoulder passing the chin. And you can play some darn good golf doing that because that's what pros are doing.
Yeah.